quite sure what you mean.
No worries, let me show you. Have you ever wanted to see an object transform its own shape? Yeah, me too. Welcome to Impossible Science. Hey guys, Jason Latimer, the world champion of magic, coming to you with another Impossible Science. Now, today's topic, can we get an object to transform its own shape? And what you saw earlier in the show, well, that is obviously an illusion. But that doesn't mean we can't make it happen through science. In fact, today I'm going to show you an experiment that you can do on your side of the screen to make an object move on its own and change its shape. And it uses these. That's right, tiny, tiny chopsticks. No, just kidding. They're toothpicks. Grab a handful of toothpicks and some water and I'll meet you at a table surface. Wait, objects that actually move on their own? Sounds a little creepy, but totally cool. See, I'm going to show you a little experiment that you can do at home, but before we get to that, I'm going to do a little bit of magic through the screen. I have 3 different shapes here. I've got a triangle, I've got this red pinwheel, and I've got this purple square. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to pick one of these 3 by putting your finger over that shape on your side of the screen. So let's say you're here. I'm going to ask you to make some moves. So if I said make 2 moves, you can go 1, 2, or you can go 1, 2. You can go left or right with those moves, but you're only allowed to move 1 move per step. So you just can't jump. Make sense? So put your finger over your favorite shape right now. Just put your finger over it. Now, I'm going to add 2 shapes to the mix. Again, you can move left or right, but you can't jump. So I want you to move 5 times. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your finger right where it is. And I don't think you're here. And I don't think you're here. All right, keeping your finger right where it is, I want you to move 3 times. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. I think you were trying to trick me on that one. I don't think you're here. I need you to move your finger 1 time, so move to the opposite shape. Go. All right, now in the bottom of the screen has always been a prediction that's underneath this postcard. And I've made it out of toothpicks myself. Keep your finger on your shape. I'm going to say, my prediction is the pinwheel. Did I get it right? No? That's okay. Today's episode is about an object that can change its shape. So think of the shape that you had your finger on last. You got it in your mind? I'll just add some water. Watch what happens. Concentrate on your shape. It's alive! Look at it go! I'm guessing you selected the star. So how's it working? Well, each of the toothpicks I've put a little motor. No, I'm just kidding. There's actually a thing called capillary action going on right now. Capillaries are tiny hollow tubes within plants, trees, or even the wood in these toothpicks. Capillary action is how plants get water to move up against gravity from their roots to their branches. Water is attracted to the sides of these tiny straw-like capillaries, but water is also attracted to like molecules of water. When a liquid's attraction to a different material, known as adhesion, if that outweighs its attraction to like molecules, or cohesion, then the liquid will climb the surface of that different material and it will pull like molecules along with it. The flow of this liquid along a surface or through a surface, even if it's against gravity, is known as capillary action. The capillaries in this wood of our toothpicks are swelling up with water as it climbs through them, pulling in even more water. And as the fibers in the capillaries swell, they're straightening out the bends which we made, which makes them move on their own. All right, so now that we know what capillary action is, let's put it to use. Let me show you how to set up this experiment. You're gonna need 5 toothpicks. They don't have to be the colored toothpicks. You can actually use any ones. The thicker the toothpick, the better. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna bend them. We're gonna try not to break them in half, but they're gonna bend like that. And we're gonna do it for all 5. Now, we're gonna put them in this arrangement with the bend parts towards the center. And if they don't line up, that's okay. Just bend them even more. And that's it. That's the shape right there. All the bends into the center with 5 different toothpicks. And all you have to do is just add water. By adding a little bit of droplets to the water in the center, what's happening is the wood, through that capillary action, starts absorbing the water. This absorption of water causes the wood to expand as it swells up. That swelling up straightens out those fibers and causes these toothpicks to move. Now you could just do this on a table and make it look like you have superpowers. Isn't that great? It moves on its own. Well, try it out and see how it works out. And until next time, stay curious, because the right question changes everything. Oh, it just jumped out. Gets up, it just runs away.
Wow, that is so cool. It reminds me of one of my favorite experiments that demonstrates capillary action. Big word alert. We know that plants, including cut flowers, drink water. What do you think would happen if we changed the color of the water? Do you think capillary action would draw the dye in the water into the plants? Let's investigate. Here, I've got some plain white carnations and jars of water to put them in. I'm going to add some food coloring into the water and then we'll wait. What do you predict will happen? Here is some blue dye. Here is some red dye. Here is some green dye. Let's check in on them in a little bit. What do you think happened with our flowers? Do you think capillary action helped them change color? Let's go take a look. Wow, look at that. They've taken on the color of the water. You can try this at home with carnations, a glass of water, and some food coloring. Be sure to have a parent or guardian help you. We learned so much today. We met the world champion of magic, Jason Latimer. We learned capillary action helps trees and plants absorb and transport water through their roots, branches, and leaves. And we learned that we can use capillary action to color flowers. I had so much fun exploring science with you today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.